Hello and welcome to my Camera State YouTube channel. It's finally here, the new Thermomix TM7 vegetable styler including spiral slicer. And that brings us right to the topic of this video, because I want to answer one of the most frequently asked questions: which original Vorwerk Thermomix accessories do you really need? Over the past 6 months, I've had time to thoroughly test the Thermomix TM7, and I'm sharing with you my experiences and reviews of the accessories I've acquired during this period. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a like and a channel subscription. I ordered the Thermomix cleaning brush set with 2 replacement heads right at the beginning, because there were some voices online and on YouTube claiming that the TM7 was harder to clean compared to the TM6. I can confirm that. The trick for me is to clean the mixing bowl and lid immediately after cooking and not let them sit for long. With the Thermomix cleaning brush you can clean the bowl brilliantly by hand, and the bristles fit perfectly between the blades of the mixing knife. Nevertheless, it's recommended to regularly remove the mixing plate and thoroughly wash everything by hand or put it in the dishwasher. Optionally, you can also fill this cleaning brush with dish soap, but I haven't done that yet. The Thermomix measuring spoon set is relatively new, and I simply find it practical to have the different measuring units combined in one accessory. The largest measurement is a tablespoon, the smallest measurement is a quarter teaspoon. Additionally, there's a small scraper in the middle that you can use to scrape off spices or sticky ingredients like honey from the measuring spoons. The Thermomix Multi-Scraper Rocky comes in a 2-piece set and is a great help when baking or to really get the last remnants out of the Thermomix bowl, although for the latter I prefer the TM7 spatula. But Rocky and the spatula complement each other well. I bought the Thermomix Sensor in a set with the vacuum starter set, and for me these are my absolute favorites of all the accessories. Initially, I used the sensor mainly for baking bread or TM7 recipes that utilize it, but over Christmas and New Year's came the emergency. We were preparing fish and it just wasn't cooking through. Then I simply selected the corresponding fish we were preparing in the TM7 menu using the sensor selection, and thanks to the sensor we were able to cook it perfectly in the oven. Since then I'm completely convinced of the Thermomix Sensor. The vacuum starter set comes with 3 glass containers in addition to the vacuum sealer, and is, alongside the sensor as already mentioned, one of my accessory favorites. The reason is quite simple. Food stays fresh much longer, and especially when you prepare larger portions with the Thermomix or do food prep. This is an absolute must-have in my view. My tip: even baked goods prepared in the Thermomix like bread and rolls can be wonderfully kept fresh in them for days. New are the Thermomix vacuum bags for food, with which you can not only vacuum seal food to freeze it in the freezer, but the bags are also designed for sous vide cooking, and preparing food in them results in flavor-intense dishes. I've actually tried sous vide cooking once so far. Even though it tasted great, I haven't repeated it yet. So from my perspective, it's more for special occasions or people who really want to dive deeper and more frequently into sous vide cooking. The wave with peeler is suitable not only for peeling potatoes but also for sous vide cooking, because you can cover the mixing plate with it. I've tried both and will show you corresponding photos. As you can see, the potatoes were peeled but not as perfectly as by hand, therefore for me not an accessory that I personally use often. I have the Thermo serving bowl in the 3-liter version, and as you can see I also use it as a container for the 6 black Varoma dishes with lids. The Thermo serving bowl keeps food warm, is great for dishes like butter chicken, and looks totally chic with the glass lid. The bowl also comes in a 2-liter version. The 6 Varoma dishes with lids come in 2 colors, white and black. I haven't used them yet, but for desserts or omelettes in the Varoma, naturally a good thing, but also nothing you constantly use or absolutely need. With a Thermomix Baguette Tray you can prepare crispy crunchy baguettes, and I've actually done that several times already. The result is always excellent, and for people who like to eat baguettes often, it's a good investment. The Thermomix foldable silicone baking mold in light gray is great for baking cakes or bread and can be stored in a space-saving way. I was still missing such a form in my household, so I went for it, but it's not a must for me. And last but not least, my new addition to the kitchen, the TM7 vegetable styler with spiral slicer. Many who already know it from the TM6 have been waiting quite impatiently for it. For this video, I took my first steps and chose a coleslaw recipe from cookie dough that requires the vegetable styler. The application itself didn't go quite so easily for me. Assembly is fairly straightforward and the packaging also contains a brochure where all steps are explained. However, when actually using it, the vegetable styler had its quirks. In cookie dough, 1 minute was preset for each chopping step, and I wonder whether you have to let the time run out completely or pause the process when you have the impression that food has been chopped or you want to refill. Because I removed the pusher during the chopping process to refill, and the individual vegetable pieces flew at me as the disc continued rotating. Do you have to pause the Thermomix every time? I find it quite cumbersome. In the end, everything worked out fine and the ingredients were chopped, but my living room looked accordingly, and I first had to clean the table and sort out individual carrot and cabbage pieces from the floor. Also, a cabbage leaf got caught in the pusher once, which made it difficult for me to operate it. I also find that quite a lot gets stuck in the lid attachment. Although the vegetable styler comes with a collection basket, a little still gets into the mixing bowl and you have to rinse it. I also found it somewhat cumbersome when you need different sides of the cutting plate in a recipe and have to switch. When resetting, the chopping didn't always work, so the device just kept pausing over and over and I had to reinsert all the parts several times until it worked again. All in all, not my favorite accessory so far, but perhaps it's also due to my incorrect operation. Please write your experience and tips in the comments and share your favorite accessories. Until next time. Yeah.